Sensational.
Comment and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Lesnar's return. In doubt following allegations in the Vince McMahon lawsuit, Brock Lesnar finds himself in a precarious position following his implied involvement in the recent lawsuit against Vince McMahon. The lawsuit includes serious accusations against McMahon, including sharing explicit photos and videos with Lesnar. While Lesnar's return was imminent, with the Royal Rumble discussed as a potential target, these developments cast uncertainty over his comeback. Brock Lesnar's future hangs in the balance amid lawsuit controversy. Brock Lesnar, missing since SummerSlam, may not return soon due to his alleged involvement in Vince McMahon's lawsuit. Initially expected at the Royal Rumble, Lesnar was replaced by Braun Breaker following the lawsuit's allegations. Dave Meltzer suggests Lesnar's career could be over, impacting planned matches like his face-off with Dominic Mysterio at Elimination Chamber. Will this be the end of Lesnar's run?
Part 5 of the civil lawsuit filed in the state of Connecticut on January 25, 2024 between Janelle Grant, WWE, Vincent K. McMahon, and John Laurinaitis. The words that you will hear are directly from the court documents and have not been altered or modified in any capacity, and is a continuation of parts 1 through 4, which can be found on our TikTok. Prior to having any involvement with WWE, Miss Grant was dealing with profound grief following the loss of her parents, whom she cared for full-time as their sole caretaker. After her family passed away, Miss Grant dedicated herself to finding gainful employment. During this time, Miss Grant often ran into McMahon's 2 personal assistants in her building, one of whom was a former grade school classmate of Miss Grant. Miss Grant's closest friend in the building was the resident manager. That individual is referred to herein as resident manager. Similar in personality, Miss Grant and resident manager bonded over stories of adversity as they coordinated community initiatives in the building together. Resident manager was aware of Miss Grant's efforts to obtain employment. In March 2019, Miss Grant remained unsuccessful in securing long-term employment. Resident manager offered to help Miss Grant, suggesting she could reach out to defendant McMahon in case he could assist, and texted him to see if he would be willing to speak with Miss Grant to provide advice about employment. McMahon responded enthusiastically and proposed times to meet with Miss Grant to discuss employment. Resident manager passed along Miss Grant's resume to McMahon ahead of the prospective meeting. Ahead of the meeting, resident manager advised Miss Grant to be energetic as McMahon is big on energy, and talk to McMahon no differently than she talks to resident manager. On or about March 23, 2019, Miss Grant arrived for the meeting in McMahon's condo with additional printed copies of her resume, a black notepad, and thank you cookies. Sitting at his dining table, McMahon looked at Miss Grant's resume and complimented both her communication skills and common sense, before discussing little but their personal lives. For example, Miss Grant told McMahon about the hardship that led to resident manager's offer to help, and described losing her parents, her family's bankruptcy, and other trauma that led her to seek financial independence to ensure she would never experience losing her home again. Don't forget to follow us for part 6.
I know as far as the news is concerned, we were finding it out and reading the same things that you guys were reading. And you said a dark cloud, certainly. As far as TKO, Nick Khan and the board clearly took it very seriously, acted immediately. And looking at the future, you know, I don't know the answer to that. And I think somewhere is probably a basic tenet of just this crew, more than ever from a roster standpoint, is very family. I've never seen anything like this. Most of the time, wrestling locker rooms are fighting, talking trash about each other, making fun of each other, sandbagging each other in the ring, all that nonsense. This crew is very team-based, and perhaps that's the ingredient, is everyone looking out for everyone, being accountable. And I know for me as a performer and a competitor, I've been through dark periods in our industry before. And it might sound cheesy, but it's very reinforcing if you're in my position, that it's a time when, hey, we got 50,000 people out here. I want to give them something else from this weekend that isn't a terrible situation and terrible news. And I think we were able to do that. And obviously, as more news comes out, we'll be seeing it just like you do.
Vince McMahon took a shit on her head during a threesome. Yes, I said it. On a day that we're supposed to be talking about Luka Doncic dropping 73, Vince McMahon takes the headlines. The owner, CEO of WWE and now TKO has officially resigned. Why? Because a former employee is claiming that he used toys on her, sexual misconduct, and then during a threesome, he took a shit on her head. What is going on with this guy? Vince has now paid out $14.6 million to several women who've accused him of sexual misconduct. What the hell is going on in the WWE?
What's up with Vince?
It was all over my emails from all the various wrestling guys I know, and I read the article today, and I'm thinking I would love to sit here and bury Vince and get the girl on the phone and say that he probably, he may have done what they said, but it's very, very kabookish at best that on the credibility of this girl, considering she said it happened 2 days earlier and she went back and consulted with her parents before filing charges.
Let me tell you something. Vince McMahon has been around a long time, but he's not stupid, okay? That's just some girl trying to make a payday. He's not stupid. Plus, he's got, he's married, he's in love with his wife. Plus, if he's going to screw around, he's got 20,000 divas around him.
Today, it's like, all right, you've got to be able to share how you feel about this. And I think here's the best I can come up with, man. At the core of this story, the very core of the story, and it was included in some of the information that I sent you, which was the court documents and the complaint. It wasn't anything, that anybody else didn't have.
No.
It's evil. And even that word doesn't really do it justice. But it's just sick. And I mean mentally, emotionally sick and evil. And the victim, because I know all the haters are going to go, oh, but he didn't say enough about her. I can't imagine what she's going to go through for the rest of her life. I'll pray for her that she finds the right spiritual guidance and mental health guidance, because this is never going to leave her. She will be carrying this memory around for the rest of her life. And I can't imagine that. I can't even try to imagine it, because self-preservation kicks in and I force myself to stop thinking about it. And I feel so bad for the people that are innocent, because this is just such a dark cloud over everything that's WWE right now.
Yeah.
Now, I do believe that that's going to change, not sooner than later. It's going to change, but it's going to take time.
Craig.
Bye, Felicia.
Be the best you can be. Love your family, love your friends. Spread love, not violence, not this virus. As always, peace.